okay, that's where it's coming from. Okay, all right. So now she has that one child, and that does. Let's keep focused on her again. Dun, 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 dun. Is not a word, but it's a transition. Okay, there we go again. Oh, the little quirks we do, whether she's doing them or I.
The idiosyncrasies, or those little peccadilloes about a person.
And you and her are probably both willing to learn to forgive and learn from it and move on. So that's good. So accepting the child, accepting and learning from that. What else? Here, I'll let you choose one. He's still thinking.
There's one.
Okay, who is this one? Her, him. Sometimes you feel that maybe it's not worth the effort, and that's when your nerve gets pushed. Does she push that nerve, or does the child push the nerve?
Neither, just the stagnation, the fact that it's not moving.
Ah! Okay, so it's not, that makes sense. Okay, so the not moving is pushing the nerve. Yes. And then that's why you don't know when to make the effort. So let's look at it again. So Reed, why is there no movement?
It's the third eye chakra also has to do with the visualizing. These two cards go together, and asking the angels for help. So it's visualizing, being able to perceive, being able to see. So not being able to see that it's worth the effort, or that it's stagnant, and being able to see beyond that. He can't, not being able to see beyond that this may just, like I talked about earlier, that it may be a plateau, and then just heal what's ever there so that you can get to the next step.
Let me ask you a question. Have you had in a relationship in the past that there's a certain behavior, certain similarities that are coming up in this relationship?
I would probably say no.
Because they're saying with this card is that there's like you or her has to release the ex in the past, which means there's a little bit of baggage that's coming into this relationship, and that's why the stagnation is happening, because one or you or her is releasing the bull crap so that you can both have a better relationship. They said the fighting process of fighting against that energy is present at this point. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it's probably her.
Okay, so there's that. What's taking place is getting that out, and that's probably why it's sitting there. So now, when she processes this, if she processes it through or not process through, the top card is what I see. Interesting. Is this you or her? You are, okay, this is interesting. The picture they're showing me is that your issue comes up is that you're wondering why you're second best. Why did the other brother win? Why did you have to wait? Why do you, it's not like you're on the priority list.
Right.
Okay, and that is one thing I keep seeing popping up. Okay.
Yeah, I figured that out, by the way, but it's still a rhetorical question.
Now, here's the thing, though. If you are not on the list, this will interfere with relationship big time. I was always notorious of feeling like I was second best. I had to be last on the list because I carry self-sacrifice. Do you carry self-sacrifice?
I do.
You need to heal that. Trust me. It will screw with your relationship big time, and because it has with mine. And when I heal out self-sacrifice, I have to say that me and my husband got stronger, and that he doesn't put me last on the list anymore. He actually puts me the first on the list. So if you want this relationship to grow further, then heal out how you feel like you have to self-sacrifice, and you can use the Meridian tool. It says, even though I self-sacrifice, I deeply and completely love, accept myself. Or even though I am put last on the list, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. You know, any of those things, any phrases that prove to you that you're not receiving love, or that you feel like, because the other thing I had to heal was love equals self-sacrificing. And I had to break that association too.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Because right now, you're just going to keep repeating the past. It will eventually pick up, yes, but then you're going to go back into the same thing as before because the child's going to be first, or this will be first, or that'll be first. She's not doing it intentionally to hurt you. This is the energy that's around you that says, please show up that way. And we don't consciously want that to happen, but it does. Okay?
Okay, I think I got your message.
All right, thank you, dear.
Thanks for calling.
Happy healing. Get that out.
I really appreciate this.
Yep,
And
good.
it's getting together.
Yeah, I do. If you heal that crap out, yeah. Okay, heal the self-sacrifice out and being last on the list, and I do see the energy of you two becoming together stronger.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you much.
All right,
Take
stay
care.
blessed.
Okay, yeah, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Okay. Everything looks good. Go to the next one if you can
This
see
one
it.
was on hold longer. We go with the longer.
Yeah, go with the longer one.
Okay,
Oh,
that's interesting.
wow, that just jumped. Let's try this again. Shut the mic off. And remember that person's next. Go to that one. Okay, area code 323. You're on the air with Brenda and Jen.
Hi, thank you for taking my call.
And thank you for waiting.
I want to see what information I heard some of the calls previously, and one really resonated with family, like negativity, or like from early on. I'm having some kind of problem with my eldest son. I think it's more his personality than anything else. And is there anything you could see spiritually that could tell me, that just give me some information as to what you like to see as far as that, or anything that spirit wants me to know right now?
Do you have siblings?
Oh, yes.
Okay, now this is what I've learned, and this is what they're showing me in my files. That your key point you says, well, it's probably his personality. I birthed my daughter that had the same signature as my sister. And I'm like, what the hell? Mom says that when you grow up you'll have one just like you. No, I have one that's just like my sister. And it's like, that is who I had to heal, was that relationship to that signature. And I healed everything I possibly could heal. And lo and behold, my daughter then started to heal. And now we have got the best relationship around because we're both on the same path of wanting to become stronger. Now, how old is your son?
The oldest one, he's 41 years.
Okay. Okay, and he's the one that you're having problems with. Okay, now I'm going to look. You know how to just communicate just a little bit before. Now, who goes off the handle? He does?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and he's been doing it quite some time to get back to normal, and then
Okay, let me ask you this. Well, no, I'm not going to ask you. I want you to tell. You'll see it when I tell the story. This lady, this little girl that was like how many weeks old, had to have a heart transplant, and she got a heart transplant, and her body accepted it, and the doctors, the nurses, everybody around said, please do not cater to her of her every whim because she is in a critical state, because then she is going to learn to demand the same kind of standards from everybody and won't understand why she's to blame. Okay, she's just developing relationships, and she thinks that, and she'll learn that if she acts this way, she'll get that response because she's still at that very vulnerable learning stage. So when you were raising your son, did he feel like he was entitled to have certain things? Did he have a certain standard of living? Okay, so so you were breaking up, and you said that yes, but what was the but?
I said, yes, he did have a certain standard of living.
Uh-huh.
And he earned
No, but he learned how to do that with other people. Now, this is the other thing. Did your son remind you of any of your siblings growing up?
He reminded me of my father.
Aha! Okay. So what it is that signature of that relationship is what you had to repeat, and there are things that you have to heal and to mend. And so to me, it's just funny how we do that, but we do it because we are looking to get back our center. The reason that your son has that signature is simply because, now this is very important to look at, and I have to look for it myself, hold on, is because as a kid you wanted to run from this energy, and now all of a sudden, because he is your son, and you now feel like you have to fight because you want a relationship. And so it gets very confusing, and then the clouding thinking pops into your head, and you're like, what the hell? But in order to really kick this whole thing to the curb, it's about how the self-conscience of doing right and from wrong. You're judging yourself quite harshly that you didn't do the right thing or you did the wrong thing. It goes when they look at the kid, then they look at the mother and says, you must have done something wrong. In this case, society can do that, but that's not what happened to you. He was going to do that anyway, no matter how you raised him. Okay? So you got to stop being so critical to yourself about what is right and what is wrong. And do you understand what I'm saying?
Kind of, because, as far as the society, views of success, he's been a good child in that way, as far as, finishing college and, staying and working and have a job, taking care of himself, providing quite well for himself.
Uh-huh.
But as far as personality, like I mentioned, I really don't think it has anything to do with that personality trait. But maybe I'm not fully understanding what you're saying.
Okay,
He would sometimes be a bad child as far as, doing bad things.
well, yeah, no, he's going to be who he is, and he'll be successful to where he is, but it's how you view him. So, as a kid, did you think your father was doing the right thing or the bad thing?
Well, not so much a bad thing. I just thought he was too strict.
So, if I said right and wrong, now you may...
Well, right as far as like, telling you not to lie, curse, and steal that way. But wrong in the sense of being emotionally there, learned that maybe that was the best thing to do.
Okay, so yes, here's the thing I want you to do. To understand me fully, go watch the movie Brave. It's probably still in theaters. I don't know, but Brave had to do with that girl, and she wanted to do what she wanted, but the mother said that she should do what she wants because it's destined. And what happens is that you are learning to find your way of understanding and communicating with him. Now, you may not like his personality, but there may be a whole heck of a lot of people that don't see him the same way you see him.
Right. You're absolutely right. It's more geared toward me and his siblings.
Yes.
But as far as the other people,
Yeah.
they're nothing.
Right, and that's why I said that there's no right and wrong, but how you look at it and then file it when you're with him can interfere with your relationship with him. Okay, so all they're asking is that you just observe where you think that he's doing it right and he's doing it wrong, and then notice how he thinks you're doing it right and how you're doing it wrong.